Okay, so today we're diving into something that I think we all think about a lot, which is this idea of building wealth. And
Yeah.
I don't just mean like, collecting a paycheck, right?
Right.
We want to explore those paths less traveled when it comes to income.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's about understanding
Yeah.
how money can work for you, not just the other way around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So our compass for this deep dive is an article from Conto,
Okay.
and it's called 7 Different Types of Income Streams.
Okay.
And trust me, this goes way beyond the typical side hustle advice.
We're talking about creating a more resilient financial life, right?
Okay,
One with multiple streams of income.
so everyone knows about active income.
Yeah.
You clock in, you get paid.
Right.
But what about its more intriguing cousin,
Okay.
passive income?
The dream.
This is where things get interesting.
Money working for you even while you sleep, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The Quanto article uses this great example of an online store.
Okay.
Okay, so say you put in the effort up front to build the site,
Mm-hmm.
stock it with awesome products, and get people excited about it.
It still takes work.
Yes.
But once that's in motion, sales can happen passively.
Okay.
You're not trading hours for dollars directly anymore.
Now you're making a crucial point here.
Mm-hmm.
Passive doesn't mean effortless.
Yeah.
Building that online store still takes dedication.
Exactly. It often requires significant initial effort and investment
Right.
to get those passive income streams flowing.
Yes.
But that upfront work can potentially lead to more freedom and flexibility down the road.
I like where this is going.
Yeah.
So it's not just about working less. It's about working smarter.
Yeah.
Creating something that can generate income even when you're not directly involved.
You got it. And this ties into the idea of diversification,
Yes.
which is another key concept highlighted in the article.
Not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, remember when Richard Branson was just the music guy?
Right.
Now Virgin's in everything, from
Right.
airlines to, well, you name it.
The Virgin Group is a prime example of diversification in action.
Yes.
They didn't limit themselves to one industry. They branched out,
Right.
spread their risk, and tapped into new markets.
And that's a strategy that's relevant whether you're running a multinational corporation or managing your own personal finances.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Diversifying your income streams, even on a smaller scale, can create more stability and open up new opportunities.
So if one stream slows down, you've got others to keep things afloat.
Exactly.
That's reassuring, especially these days.
Precisely. It's about building a more resilient financial foundation for yourself.
Okay.
But diversification is just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
The Quanto article goes beyond just businesses like Virgin
Okay.
and outlines 7 distinct income streams you can tap into.
Okay, so we're talking about more than just a side hustle here.
Yeah.
What are these 7 streams, and how can we tap into them to create a more secure financial future? Let's dive in. All right, so let's unlock these 7 income streams.
Okay.
First up, we've got earned income.
Right.
Pretty self-explanatory, right?
It's the most familiar to most people. You trade your time and skills for a paycheck.
Okay.
The classic 9 to 5.
The bread and butter for many of us.
Right.
But the article points out that relying solely on earned income has its downsides.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, with earned income, your earning potential is directly tied to the hours you put in.
Right.
There's a limit to how much you can realistically work.
Yeah,
Plus, your income stops if you do.
that's true.
So diversifying beyond earned income can create more freedom and potentially unlimited earning potential.
Makes sense. So how do we break free from trading time for money?
Right.
The next stream on the list is profit income.
Okay.
Now we're talking business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think of that online store we mentioned,
Right.
or even a local bakery.
Okay.
They're selling something tangible, adding value,
Right.
and making a profit beyond the cost of goods and operations.
Okay, so we're adding value, creating something people want.
Yeah.
But going from employee to entrepreneur,
Right.
that's a big jump for some people.
It can be. Profit income often requires an entrepreneurial mindset, taking calculated risks
Right.
and putting in the work to get your business off the ground.
So earned and profit income, that's the active side of the equation.
Okay.
Now let's dive into those passive income streams,
Yeah.
starting with interest income.
Okay, so think of it like this.
Okay.
You're lending your money out, and it's making more money for you.
Okay.
Savings accounts, bonds,
Mm-hmm.
they generate interest over time.
So even if I tuck away a little bit every month,
Yeah,
that's still interest income working for me.
exactly. And here's the magic trick.
What's that?
Compound interest.
Okay.
It's like earning interest on your interest.
Okay. Which can really add up over the long term.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Compound interest. Gotta love it. Now, next up, we have dividend income.
Oh,
This one always sounded a bit Wall Street to me.
right.
Like,
Essentially, when you own stocks or shares in a company,
okay.
you're a part owner,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
So when that company makes a profit, they might share some of those earnings with their shareholders.
Okay.
That's dividend income.
Wait, so every time I hear about Apple or Amazon making a profit,
Yeah,
I could be getting a little piece of that.
potentially.
Yes.
But keep in mind,
Okay.
not all companies pay dividends.
Okay.
Plus, like any investment, it's crucial to research and understand the company's financial health before diving in.
Okay. Makes sense. Don't put all your eggs in one stock basket either.
Speaking of baskets,
Yeah.
what about rental income?
Okay.
That one seems fairly straightforward.
You buy a property,
Right.
rent it out, and collect those sweet, sweet rent checks every month.
Okay.
But of course, there are two sides to this coin.
Yeah. Being a landlord isn't always a walk in the park, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rental income often requires a substantial upfront investment to purchase the property.
Yeah.
And then you have to deal with maintenance, tenant issues, and the ever-changing real estate market.
So maybe not as passive as it sounds.
Right.
But hey, if you're up for the challenge, it could be a good long-term investment.
Sure.
All right, what's next?
Let's talk about capital gains income.
Okay.
This one often gets associated with taxes.
The taxes word always makes my ears perk up a little.
It's definitely something to keep in mind. Essentially, you're making a profit from selling an asset that's increased in value.
Good.
It could be anything from stocks and real estate to that rare first edition comic book you've been holding on to.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Okay.
If I buy a house for, say, $300,000,
Right.
and then a few years down the line, the market's flooding,
Yeah.
and I sell it for $400,000,
Yeah.
that under $1,000 profit is capital gains income.
You got it.
Okay.
But remember, those gains may be subject to capital gains tax,
Oh, okay.
which can vary depending on where you live and how long you held onto that asset.
Right. Got to factor in those taxes.
Yes.
Consulting a tax professional seems like a smart move in these situations.
Absolutely. It's always wise to seek professional advice to make sure you're maximizing your profits and minimizing your tax liability.
Solid advice.
Sure.
All right, last but not least,
Uh,
royalty income.
Okay.
This one always makes me think of musicians and artists getting paid every time their work is played or used. Am I on the right track?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're getting paid for the right to use your intellectual property,
Okay.
creative work or invention.
Okay.
Musicians earn royalties from their music authors from their books, and even businesses can license their technology or brand.
It's okay.
It's like your creations keep generating income even after the initial work is done.
So musicians and artists, that makes sense. But what are some other examples of royalty income? It sounds like there are more ways than I realized to tap into this income stream.
Oh, definitely. Think about inventors earning royalties from their patents or businesses licensing their technology or brand to others. In the digital age, we're seeing a boom in opportunities for royalty income. That's fascinating. It's like planting a money tree that keeps bearing fruit long after you've nurtured it. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here. What are some key takeaways our listeners should remember as they explore these different avenues?
I think the most important thing is to find what resonates with your goals and risk tolerance. Not all income streams are created equal. Some, like rental properties, might require a hefty upfront investment, while others, like building an online business, require more time and effort, but less initial capital.
It's about finding the right fit for your individual circumstances and aspirations. Makes sense.
Absolutely. And remember, diversification is your best friend. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Explore different options, experiment, and see what works best for you. It's about building a more secure and resilient financial future. I love that experiment and diversify. You never know what you might discover about yourself and your potential.
That's the spirit. The financial landscape is constantly changing, so stay curious, never stop learning, and adapt as you go. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your finances.
You know, as we were talking about royalty income and this digital boom, it got me thinking about digital assets. You know, things like creating and selling online courses, ebooks, digital art, that sort of thing.
No, that's a fascinating thought. It's like a modern twist on royalty income. You're creating valuable digital content that can generate passive income as people purchase and use it.
Exactly. It's like we've stumbled upon a hidden treasure chest of income potential. And with the rise of online platforms and digital marketplaces, the possibilities seem endless.
It certainly warrants further exploration. And that, my friend, makes for a perfect, provocative closing thought for our listeners today.
So here's your challenge, listeners. Dive deep into the world of digital assets. Explore what they are, how they're created, and how they can potentially generate income for you. You might just discover a hidden passion or even a lucrative new income stream.
Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and unlock your full income potential.